Hi everybody, welcome to our live stream. I'm Kim, I'm the owner of On the Bias Designs. And before we get into all the cool new fabric, there's a couple things I want to let everybody know about. So first, happy anniversary to us. It is our 2-year anniversary of our retail store, so we're really excited to be able to share that with everybody. And just a huge thank you out to all of the customers, both our customers that come into the store and our online customers. Without you, we wouldn't be here celebrating 2 years of our retail store. So if you're in the area, please stop by. We have treats in this store. We have cookies, a candy, some other stuff since it's pretty close to Halloween. So stop by. Second, mark your calendars. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to be sending out one of our newsletters, and it's going to talk about a contest we're going to be running in 2025. And it's an unfinished project contest. So I think most quilters have a secret stash of projects off to the side that they just never quite get to, and they kind of sit there and languish. I have a lot of them. So to motivate myself and maybe motivate all of you, we're going to be doing a UFO contest all of next year. So the contest will officially kick off January 2nd. It will run through the end of November. We're going to be giving out prizes to people for finishing their projects. So the kind of the instructions and the guidelines for the contest, I'm hoping to get them out in the next 2 weeks. And then you'll kind of see what you have to do. And this contest is open to both customers that come into the store and our online customers. I've seen other stores run this, and they usually only offer it to people that can come in the store. We have a really huge online community, and we wanted to be able to do something that really embraced both our online customers and our in-person customers. So the contest is going to work for both. So watch, check your email. I'm hoping, like I said, that this will go out in about 2 weeks. You'll get the email with all the contest rules, and it'll kind of help you start to prep, so that you can start to get your projects ready and that before you have to start submitting them starting the 2nd of January. So with that, we got a bunch of new stuff from Hoffman this week, and I want to share some of that with you. So let's start with this. This is called Tree Line, and it is just, I love the blues and the grays of this. So we just, for those that may or may not know, my husband and I were really fortunate to be able to go to Alaska. And it really, the color palette and just the art on here really kind of reminds me a lot of our Alaska trip. So I'm going to have to find a way to incorporate this into what I'm doing for some of my the stuff I bought while I was in Alaska. I got the awesome opportunity to visit some quilt shops in Alaska, which was just great. But this fabric, to me, really embodies the color palette and what I saw and everything. So I think it's really pretty. What I like about this too is this is really not necessarily season specific. I kind of view this as running a little more maybe Christmas, maybe not Christmas, but winter, fall. But I could see this working with the right colors in a spring or in summer as well. So this is called Tree Line. It's from Hoffman Fabrics. This is some of the blenders that go with it, and of course this is the border. They're calling it a stripe. I'm calling it a border. It runs about 10 inches. You'll get 4 repeats of the stripe. So if you're looking for maybe to do a nice, winter table runner, this might be the perfect fabric for you to do that. All right, so now we're going to shift to some cool florals. So this floral, I'm going to open it up big. So this is just called Bloom. And this comes, I think, in 6 or 7 colorways. And I've got a couple of them with me here. I absolutely think this is just a great fabric. So first off, I love the colors. I love the art. This to me is something that you could absolutely cut up and use for, something where you're looking for something a little different. I think if you took maybe 3 of these together, you could make a really cool 3-yard quilt. But it's the same flower on all of them, just a different colorway on each. So I think it's a fun flower. I think what's nice about this is that, again, I know a lot of the spring stuff's going to be coming out now. I know it was like all summer, all we were talking about was Christmas fabric. And now all winter, we're going to be talking about spring fabric. So spring and summer fabric. But actually, I think you could use this for other seasons. I actually really like the blue. And I have some blue fabric that we got in the store that's a holiday fabric. But I actually think that would look absolutely perfect with it because it's the right colors. And I think it's soft and it'll actually just kind of really blend in with this Christmas fabric I have. So I'll have to maybe post some pictures of that when I put it together. But yes, this is called Bloom, again, from Hoffman Fabrics. These are just a couple of the colorways, but something fun, a little bit different that'll make you think of spring. All right, so the next one, this is only part of the collection. Now, we haven't gotten the panel yet, but I'm gonna kind of pull this out. So I love really bold prints, and I got to figure out how to lay this here so you guys can see what this looks like. So this is a collection called Tropic Walk, again from Hoffman, and there's been a couple other collections from them lately that have had just this really great kind of artistic feel to them. So I am a huge fan of Camilla's out of Australia. She's a designer. If you ever just want to look for some really neat prints, if you Google her, Camilla's Australia, you'll come up. And she does these gorgeous prints that are just phenomenal. Her clothes is really expensive, way more than most of us can afford, but I love the art in her prints. And a lot of these fabrics that I'm seeing kind of give me that same vibe and that same feel. So I was really excited to see this. I'll be honest, I could absolutely see this as a skirt or a dress. I think it's that cool. So with this collection, there is actually a panel coming. The panel's not here yet. And then some additional coordinates. So, but I wanted to share this because I just think it is really fun. You've got the ostriches on here, and then the other birds, and then there's some beautiful florals that go with it. So this one is called Blacklight. So it's a beautiful, it almost has a hydrangea look to it, if you can see it here, and it's got these pinks and oranges in here. And then this one goes with it as well, and I only brought two with me. That's all I've gotten so far. Goes with it as well. But that same kind of color palette. So instead of doing a black with this, they're doing more of an aubergine or a brown in the background, but you still have these same pinks and that in it, and some really cool green and grays. So this is definitely one to come and see in the store if you can get an opportunity, or wherever you are to go and see it in person. It's beautiful. It's Hoffman, so it feels like silk. It's just gorgeous. But it's really fun. So I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. I have 100,000 ideas in my mind, but this is one that I actually think might challenge some of us quilters a little bit, which isn't a bad thing, but it's a really fun fabric. So something to think about, might be kind of outside of the box for you. Maybe look at. So it's called Tropic Walk. All right, I'm gonna hand that one off. So the last collection we're gonna look at today is really fun as well. It's called Botanical House. So it starts out with a panel, and I'm going to just kind of put the panel on here so you can see most of what the panel looks like. So the panel is beautiful. It's about 22 by 44 when you're thinking sidewise. Got a little kitty in there, but a really pretty panel. And then the most beautiful florals go with it. So, and the florals are just phenomenal. I mean, the art on them is really, really gorgeous. So we got really kind of like two colorways with this. So one of the colorways skews a little more blue purple, which I love. So I have a quilt pattern coming out that actually uses this fabric, which I'm hoping I'll be able to share in the next couple of weeks. It actually uses this one of the fabrics out of this collection. So this is the bigger print with the larger flowers. Here's your smaller flowers that go with it. And then there's this great flower, this print that just kind of pulls it together, which has got all the leaves on it. So just really, really pretty. And the colors on this are just phenomenal. So this is kind of the blue purple colorway. And I'm just going to fold this off to the side for 1 second. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to call kind of the pink, maybe pink orange colorway. So maybe you're not a blue purple fan, but you're maybe a little more pink orange. So this is going to be your smaller flower. Here is the bigger flower. There's a lot more green in this one as well. Here's your bigger flower for this one. I love the peonies on here. They're just beautiful. And then this is that kind of leaf blender that kind of goes with it. Oh, let me get that on here so you can actually see that. So it's really just stunning. So depending on, and these really do intermix pretty well, because I think you could absolutely put the pinks and the blues together with this. You could mix this one that's a little more blue with the one that's a little more pink. So it's a lot of beautiful florals. So I know it's hard right now because everybody's thinking about Christmas sewing, and then we've got some really beautiful florals that come out, and it's like, oh, I want to sew with that too. So something a little bit fun, a little bit different. But yeah, the panel is really pretty too. So if you're looking for some florals right now or something, just want to lay these out so you can kind of see them all together, and you want to do something maybe not Christmassy, here's a chance to use some of these gorgeous florals from Hoffman. Now, I also think in the next couple of weeks, we should be seeing a new collection of Hoffman Batik. So if you remember, maybe a month and a half ago, I gave you guys a preview of some of the new Hoffman Batiks that came out. Those are going to be coming out probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We should start to see those arrive in store as well. So if you're a big Batik fan, kind of watch, you're going to see that coming also. So other things I just want to talk about before we wrap up today, we have a quilt show coming up November 9th and 10th. It is the first annual Quilt and Beer Fest. So if you're anywhere in the Wisconsin, Chicago area, you're looking for something fun to do that weekend, this should be a fun quilt show. It's going to have quilts, it's going to have beer, there's going to be live music, there's going to be food trucks. It should be just a great time. It is free to get in, so no charge. So you can bring the husband along or the significant other, pop them down by the music, let them drink beer and eat some great food, and then come on over to the quilt side. There's going to be a quilt show contest, I believe. There's, aside from the vendor area, and some other stuff. So there's information on our website that you can click on, and you can see under like our events page. There'll be a link there to get all the information. It's going to be in Union Grove. So with that, I am just excited to share all the new cool fabric with you guys. As always, thank you for everything. And again, with this being our anniversary week, Michael and I can't express again just how grateful we are for the support of everybody from our online community as well as our local community for the store. So with that, thank you, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks.